Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In our last video, we touched on building inner strength, and today, I want to explore one of the most powerful, yet overlooked, tools we all possess. Silence. We live in a world that's constantly telling us to speak up, to explain ourselves, to chase, and to prove our worth through words. But what if the real power, the real dignity, lies in knowing when to say nothing at all? Today, we're diving deep into the 6 powerful reasons why your silence is actually a superpower. Silence is not emptiness. It's a space filled with intention. It's the conscious choice to hold back your words and observe. This pause, this refusal to react, is where your true strength begins to build. It's an active, not a passive, stance. Think of it as a shield. When others expect a reaction, your silence deflects their energy. They are left facing their own projections. This is the first great power. Silence makes them feel your absence, not just hear your words. It shifts the entire dynamic. When you're constantly available, explaining and chasing, your presence can become background noise. You become predictable. But when you withdraw your words, a void is created. This void is not negative. It's a space that commands attention. People who are used to your reactions are suddenly forced to notice the lack of them. Your absence becomes louder than any argument. This is especially true for those who have taken you for granted. Your silence is a mirror, forcing them to see what they have lost. They may have dismissed your words, but they cannot dismiss the feeling of your sudden and quiet departure. It creates a vacuum. This vacuum pulls at their thoughts. They begin to question their own actions. Why did they stop talking? What did I do? This self-reflection is something your words could never force. It must be found in the quiet space you've left behind. It's the paradox of human connection. We often only appreciate the value of something once it is no longer readily available to us. Your words were a form of energy you were giving away freely. By stopping, you have reclaimed that energy for yourself. This isn't about manipulation. It's about self-preservation. It's about understanding your own worth. You are teaching people how to treat you by demonstrating the high value you place on your own peace of mind. Your silence communicates. My inner peace is more important than your need for me to react to your chaos. This is a profound shift in power. You are no longer a participant in their drama. You are an observer of it. This detachment is magnetic. It draws curiosity. It draws respect. People are drawn to those who are centered. They begin to realize that your validation doesn't come from their approval. Your silence forces them to confront the one-sided nature of the relationship. They were taking, and you were giving. Now, the flow has stopped. They're left with the silence and the echo of their own behavior. This is far more effective than any long, emotional speech or text message you could ever send them. Words can be argued with. They can be twisted, debated, and denied. Silence, however, is irrefutable. It simply exists. It is a fact. It is a boundary that you have drawn with quiet, unshakable confidence. The person who ghosted you or disrespected you expects a fight. They expect you to beg for an explanation. When you give them nothing but dignified silence, you completely disrupt their expectations. You take back control. They are left holding the emotional weight of their own actions, a weight you are no longer willing to carry for them. This creates a cognitive dissonance in their mind. They may even become frustrated. This is a sign it's working. They are not frustrated with you. They are frustrated with their loss of control over you. This is a crucial distinction. Your silence has become a statement. It says, I see my value, even if you do not. It says, I will not participate in a dynamic that requires me to be small. This is the first step to reclaiming your power. It all begins with a courageous choice to be quiet. It's the space where you stop reacting and start responding. You are choosing your own terms. This absence isn't just physical. It's an emotional and energetic withdrawal. You've unplugged from their matrix. This is not a punishment. It is a consequence, a natural result of their actions and your newfound self-respect. The power of this absence is that it allows you to heal. You are no longer bleeding energy. You are conserving it, rebuilding it, and investing it back into yourself. The first reason is all about the external effect. How your silence impacts those around you. It makes them realize that access to you, to your mind and your energy, is a privilege. It is not a right that they are entitled to, regardless of how they choose to treat you. This realization is the foundation of respect. It's something you can't demand with words, only with actions. Or, in this case, the powerful, intentional lack of action. The choice to be still. This stillness is terrifying to those who thrive on chaos and emotional reactions from others. They don't know how to navigate a person who is not rattled by them. You become an enigma. And in a world full of loud, reactive people, the one who is quiet and centered is the one who holds the true power. They are forced to question themselves. Did I push them too far? Did I underestimate them? The answer is often yes. Your silence is the quiet confirmation of that fact. You are no longer justifying your existence or your feelings. You are simply being. This state of being is rooted in a deep understanding of your own worth. It's a peace that you've cultivated, and you will not allow anyone to disturb it. This is the art of letting your absence speak. It's a lesson in value. When you stop talking, you give them the gift of missing you. It's a gift they must earn. It forces them to sit with the reality of their choices, without your words to soften the blow. This is why silence is so powerful. It doesn't push. It pulls. It draws them into a state of reflection. They must confront the space where you used to be. It's an undeniable presence. This feeling of absence is a far more potent teacher than your words ever were. You are showing them the consequence of their actions, not just telling them. This is a fundamental shift from a position of weakness to a position of quiet strength. You are no longer the one chasing. You are the one who is centered, and the world must now react to you. This is the essence of dignity. It's not loud. It's not arrogant. It's quiet. It's the firm, gentle, and unshakable knowledge of your own non-negotiable value. This is the foundation. You've made your absence felt. You've reclaimed your energy. You are no longer available for disrespect. You are no longer explaining your worth. This shift is internal first, but its external effects are profound and undeniable. You have stopped seeking validation from the very people who were incapable of giving it. Instead, you are validating yourself by choosing your own peace over their noise. The power of this is immense. It changes how you walk, how you talk, and how you interact. You are no longer approaching the world as a beggar, hoping for scraps of respect. You are approaching it as a sovereign individual, secure in your own worth. This energy is palpable. Others feel Italiano. It changes how they perceive you instantly. Your silence has reset the terms of engagement. You are in control. Now, let's move to the second reason, which is more about your internal world. Silence helps you hear the truth. The world is deafeningly loud. We are constantly bombarded with opinions, advice, and a pressure to fix things. When we are hurt or confused, our first instinct is often to run to others. We seek validation. We seek answers. We call friends. We text. We scroll, hoping that some external voice will soothe our internal chaos. But the Stoics knew that real answers don't come from external noise. They come from internal reflection. When you go silent, you are not ignoring the problem. You are creating the necessary space to truly understand it. You are finally giving your own inner voice the chance to be heard above the panic and the pain. As Marcus Aurelius said, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Silence allows you to separate the event from your emotional reaction to it. You gain clarity. When the mind calms down, the truth rises to the surface. It's often a truth you already knew. They never truly respected me. I was just hoping they would change. Or, I am not angry they left. I am angry I stayed so long. These profound realizations cannot happen in a crowded, noisy mental space. They require stillness. This is where you separate your emotions from your values. Your emotions may scream, chase them, fix it. But your values, and the quiet, whisper, hold your dignity, protect your peace, let this go. Silence gives you the space to listen to that wiser, deeper part of yourself. This is why a lack of reaction is so powerful. It's not avoidance. It's deep, intentional processing. You stop reacting to life on impulse and start responding with purpose and wisdom. You begin to see patterns, not just isolated incidents. This isn't the first time this has happened. This clarity is a gift. It's the gift that silence gives you. It's the doorway to inner wisdom. Most people are too afraid to walk through it. They prefer the distraction of noise and drama. But the one who is brave enough to sit in the silence is the one who will find the truth. You'll also start to hear the truth from others. When you stop talking, people reveal themselves. They will show you who they are by their actions, or lack thereof, in the space you've created. The one who truly cares will break the silence with genuine concern. The one who doesn't will simply disappear. Their actions in your silence will tell you everything you need to know. No words are necessary. This brings us to the third reason. Begging for closure is a form of self-betrayal. We all crave that final conversation. That one why that will make it all make sense. We believe that if we can just explain our side, or your tears, we can finally heal and move on. But here is the brutal, honest truth. If someone truly cared, you would not have to beg for closure. They would give it to you freely, with respect and honesty. Their silence is the closure. As Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Your values are your closure. When you chase someone who hurt you, demanding they explain why, you are betraying yourself. You are placing the key to your own healing in the pocket of the person who wounded you. You are giving them control. You are saying, my peace depends on you. This is a prison. Real closure is not something they give to you. It is something you give to yourself. It's the moment you finally stop waiting for an apology that will never come. It's the moment you accept that their actions were their final answer. It's the moment you decide to take your power back, to go silent, and to walk away. This is not easy. Your ego will fight you. It will want to be right. It will want to be understood. But your soul just wants peace. Silence is how you honor your soul over your ego. You stop rehearsing the perfect speech in your head. You stop typing out long paragraphs and then deleting them. You stop needing them to understand your worth. You understand it for yourself. That is the only validation that will ever truly matter. The rest is just noise. When you embody this, you stop the painful cycle of seeking answers where there are none. You accept the situation as it is, not as you wish it were. This acceptance is freedom. Your silence is the final act. It's you closing the door. Not slamming it, just closing it. You are no longer available for that conversation. You are no longer waiting. You have chosen to heal yourself, rather than waiting for them to do it for you. This is an act of profound self. It's you finally choosing you. You realize that no explanation they could give would ever be satisfying anyway. If they didn't respect you enough to be honest, their explanation would be a lie. If they didn't value you enough to stay, their why doesn't matter. Your silence is you accepting the truth and moving on your own terms. This is the end of the chase. This is the beginning of your peace. You are no longer a victim of their narrative. You are the author of your own. And in your story, you do not beg. You do not chase. You do not over-explain. You simply become. You heal. You grow, and you do it all in dignified, powerful silence. This is a turning point. It's where you stop looking backward for answers. You turn your face forward and focus on building a life that doesn't include them. This is the ultimate closer. It's internal, it's final, and it's yours. This leads us to the fourth powerful reason. Silence exposes what words try to hide. Words are tricky. They can be used to build beautiful worlds, but they can also be used to build facades. People say what they think you want to hear. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I care about you, but actions are the only real truth. Silence is the tool you use to see those actions clearly. When you stop talking, you start observing. You create a space for their true nature to be revealed. The person who truly respects you will miss your presence. They will reach out with honesty and effort. The person who is only using you will vanish. Your silence removes their supply, so they have no reason to stay. The manipulator will grow angry. They will try to provoke you, to pull you back into the drama. Your refusal to react is not weakness. It's a diagnostic tool. It shows you their true motives. They are not angry because you are silent. They are angry because they have lost control over your emotions. Silence holds up a mirror. It forces people to confront themselves, and they often don't like what they see. You don't need to test people. You don't need to set traps. You just need to be still and watch. See who checks in when you're quiet. See who disappears when you stop giving. See who gets frustrated when they can't provoke a reaction out of you. That is the truth. This truth is often brutal, but it is necessary for your growth. You must see people as they are. You must stop believing their beautifully crafted words and start trusting their consistent, telling patterns. Silence is what allows you to see these patterns. You are no longer distracted by the con of their conversation. You are focused on the pro of their conduct. You value what is real, not just what is spoken. This is not cold. It is clear. It is not distant. It is discerning. It is you, choosing to build your life on the solid foundation of truth, not the quicksand of lies. This brings us to the fifth, and perhaps most crucial, reason. Not explaining yourself is the highest form of confidence. When someone misunderstands you, the instinct to defend yourself is overwhelming. We want to correct the record. We want to say, "That's not me. That's not what I meant." But the Stoic understands this. Explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you is a waste of life. It is an act of fear. You are afraid of their judgment. You are afraid of being misperceived. True confidence is not needing everyone to like you or get you. True confidence is knowing your own intentions, aligning with your own values, and being at peace with that. Your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. This level of detachment is a superpower. You will be called arrogant. You will be called cold. Let them. Losing people who never truly saw you is not a loss. It is an alignment. You are filtering out those who are not on your level. You are making space for those who are. Most people don't want to understand you. They want to control the narrative of who you are. When your silence breaks their narrative, they get angry. You've stopped playing their game. When you stop explaining, you start leading with your energy. You embody your boundaries. You don't have to announce, "I am a high value person." Your actions announce it. Your refusal to engage in petty drama. Your calm demeanor. Your focus on your own path. This is what speaks. This is what radiates confidence. Those who are meant for your life will understand this energy without needing a translator. They will respect your silence because they understand the peace it comes from. This is a rare energy. It makes manipulators lose interest. It makes users walk away, and it makes genuine, high-quality people draw closer to you. They recognize a kindred spirit. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries. You don't owe them a thesis on your peace. You simply live it. Your silence is the armor. Your peace is the prize. You are not arrogant. You are simply at peace. You are rooted. You are unshakable. This is the confidence that comes from deep internal validation. You have stopped looking outside of yourself for proof that you are enough. You have become the proof. This all culminates in the sixth and final reason. Your detachment in silence is what teaches them the lesson. There is nothing more powerful than a person who walks away not in anger, but in quiet detachment. You don't slam the door. You don't send a final 20-page text. You don't make a dramatic social media post. You simply leave. You become silent. And in that silence, you teach the lesson that no words ever could. As in a casite, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When you go silent, you leave them alone with their own imagination. And that is where the real work begins for them. They are left with their own thoughts, their own guilt, the memory of how you treated them. The echo of your absence, your detachment, is not a void. It is a message. It says, "I will not stay where I am not respected." It says, I value my peace more than I value this connection. It says, I've realized my worth, and I will not negotiate it. Most people are not used to this. They are used to reactions. They are used to begging, fighting, and drama. When you refuse to play that game, you exit with your dignity intact. You force them to confront themselves. They expected you to chase. They expected you to break. They expected you to come back, but you don't. And that silence scares them more than any argument ever could. They suddenly realize they don't have access to your energy anymore. They realize they had the upper hand, and they lost it. They realize they didn't just lose an argument. They lost you. This is the moment the lesson begins. People don't learn from your words. They learn from the consequences of their actions. Your absence is the consequence. Your distance is the teacher. They don't change when you scream, "Respect me." They change, if they ever do, when your absence makes them realize what they lost. And here is the most important part. Even if they don't learn the lesson, it doesn't matter, because the lesson was actually for you. You learned that you can walk away from disrespect. You learned that your peace is your own responsibility. You learned that you don't need to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. You learned that your silence is not just strength. It is healing. It is the sound of you rebuilding. This detachment isn't about not caring. It's about caring more about your own soul than about their dysfunction. It's about refusing to keep your spirit in a place where it is being neglected and starved. This is why the Stoics were not reactive. They didn't chase. They didn't beg. They didn't explain. They let their silence speak for them. They let their actions be their philosophy. You don't have to yell, "I'm done." You can just be done. That is real power. It's the kind of power that terrifies people who thought they had control over you. So do not be afraid to detach. Go quiet and let them sit in the space where your beautiful, vibrant energy used to be. They may or may not understand, but you will. You will have chosen yourself. This is the ultimate expression of self-love and the ultimate superpower. This is the core of Stoic wisdom. It's not about being unfeeling. It's about being so in control of your feelings that you are no longer a slave to them. You are not a slave to the actions of others. You are not a slave to their opinions. You are sovereign. You are free. And it all starts with your silence. Let your silence be the final word. Let it be the boundary. Let it be the space where you heal, you grow, and you become the person you were always meant to be. It's not about winning an argument. It's about winning yourself back. And every time you choose not to react, you are one step closer to that victory. You are building inner peace. You are building self-worth. You are building the kind of power that can never be stolen or diminished. This is your superpower. Use it. Wisely. Use it to protect your peace. Use it to build a life of dignity, strength, and quiet confidence. So, those are the 6 deep truths about the power of your silence. It's not an empty void. It's a tool for self. It's how you make your absence felt, how you find your own truth, and how you finally stop begging for closure and start creating it for yourself. It's the ultimate sign of confidence and the most powerful lesson you can teach. This is a difficult practice, but it's a life-changing one. What are your thoughts on this? Have you ever felt the power of your own silence? Let me know your stories and your reflections in the comments below. I read as many as I can. Thank you so much for joining me today and exploring this deep topic. I'll see you in the next video.